Fellow mobile gaming fanatics, I'm MyTyme back with NHL Supercard 2K17, and we've got a few things to go through in this episode. I'm going to start off by looking at seasons. Okay, up here, let's click on seasons. I didn't really get into this last episode, so we're going to quickly go over seasons and the changes to them. So the season chat, the least said about that the better, so we'll ignore the chat for now. Not a lot's changed there. But season rewards. Okay, so I am in a super rare season, so for winning I can get 2 super rare cards. Now I'm not too bothered really about winning this, because super rare cards, yes, while I'll be able to use them still in my seasons, because I don't have a full 18-man deck yet, which we will come to momentarily. I'm not too worried about rewards. So my 28 for 18 up here is mainly because I haven't really been charging, and I'm not too bothered. I just wanted to see what the season was like, what changes have been made, and that's where I'm going to come to next. So if you click on managing seasons, there's a completely different line up here to the Supercard 16 version of this. Okay, so those of you that played the previous version of the game will realise that you did have 6 outfield players, mainly a goalie, 2 defenders, left and right wing, and a centre, and then you'd have 6 people on the bench. And you can use a tactic known as sandbagging, where you'd put your 6 best cards in your main team and 6 of your worst cards you could possibly find on the bench. And the idea was you would never swap between the players. You just keep your best team out there, energise them all the time, and they would hopefully run through the seasons, getting you towards the later stages and getting the better rewards. Now, for those of you that have played my NBA, they are using the same tactic as they do in that, where you have to make teams, 3 teams so to speak here. So you have 3 complete teams of goalie, 2 defenders, a right, left wing, and a centre. So you can no longer use that sandbagging tactic, because you can't pick and choose what cards are going to be played. Okay, so you're going to need to make 18 good cards ideally. Now the energizing system still works the same. You can see here by the green bars on the side, once a card gets used, it uses a bit of energy. A card which is out of position, so if we come down here and you can see my 3 defenders here, if they are out of position, then they will use up more energy each time they're used. Therefore, over the course of time, they become less effective much more quicker. So you ideally want to put players in position. The only people you can't put out of position are goalies. They have to play in the goalie position, and no other player can take that slot. So you can move them around once you've started your season if you wanted to, but apart from that, you can't sandbag anymore. Okay, now you can sandbag to an extent. Like here, you could say, well, you've got some really good cards and some really rubbish cards, so overall you're probably going to win quite a lot of the matches where you're using your epics and your legendaries. Yes, true, but I don't know obviously what's going to get called up. So if we go to a schedule and just show you a match just for the sake of it, doesn't matter. I'm against a bot. This one is a bot. Can tell that by the cards being used, all super rares in the super rare tier, lots of duplicates. But as you can see here, either 2 or 1 of your cards will be used in each period, and like in a exhibition match, the idea is to win 2 to 3 periods overall to make sure that you win the match. Now, you don't get to choose what cards are picked. The only thing that you can choose is if say it's a duo, so they're picking 2 people for the period or for the specific game, you have some influence on that. And by that, if you look here, okay, legendary and my common, if I come into manage season, 1 and 2. So if it's going to pick a single person, it could be from any team. If it's going to be a dual person match, both your players will come from one team. So some people might want to throw, say, all their best players into one team, or have 2 really good teams and 1 really bad team, and that will kind of be your new way of sandbagging, is to have 1 really awful team and 2 really, really good teams. So you're thinking, well, hey, whenever any of these people are called upon, yes, I'm going to lose that match, but then when any of these 2 teams are called upon, I should pretty much win that match. So over the course of time, if I'm using 2 strong teams and 1 weak team, I should win more games than I lose. So that is going to be the new way of trying to sandbag if you want to, especially if you're struggling to start to get loads of good cards in here. I could make my teams a little bit more, should we say, a bit stronger for the first 2, and then just have a weak last team. So we will have to see how that goes. I'm just, as I said, working on season at the moment, just letting it play through, see what happens while I try and get some cards to build a team. So quick game, 116 wins, 0 losses. We've come close to losing 2 or 3 times, 2 points on the last match in our favour to let us win. Now, excuse me. Now what I'm going to do here is I do have 150 picks saved up. That's capped out, okay? Can't get more than 150 picks. Now, I've put this team up here. This is my best team I have at the moment. I haven't energised any of the cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and play this game, pick some of my board picks, come back out. I'll cut out and come back in so you guys have to watch it. I'm going to then try and train those cards into these cards to hopefully push me up towards that epic tier so I can get my epic freebie as well. Now, I'm not going to put any cards in to begin with into my Stamkos because I'm keeping him. If you just compare his stats to Bergeron, if you look, he is -13 in the focus, in the playmaking he's 12 up, so that makes him -1. Stick handling the level, and in skating he's 18 up, so he's actually 17 stat points overall better than Patrice. So I'm going to keep my free player bonus at the moment for Stamkos, and because that free pro player bonus should I say, if we scroll along up the top here and you click on it, you have to unlock your card, and your card can't be used in your exhibition or your season. Okay, so I can't pro him at the moment, but it does say to tap here to use your one-time pro player bonus. So that player doesn't have to be maxed out level wise. You don't have to feed them all the cards and get them to 20 out of 20, 25 out of 25. You can just use it. So it's going to be no point me maxing him out to 20 and then proing him. I might as well use my food into these guys. So with all that said, let's come in and play a game now. Am I going to win? Am I going to lose? I don't have a clue. We'll play Trustees, played 800 games. Probably going to lose my streak here. I have played one game with this team. Okay, what I was doing, people, is I was using my previous team when I had my super rare, few rares, my pro, common goalie, and just a random common in the left wing position to get all my picks up. Because as I wasn't taking board picks, it didn't really matter who I was facing. I was just closing out the game once I'd won the match, coming back in and stocking my picks up so I could do it on camera with you guys. So here, let's just see what's going to happen. I'm hoping I should still do alright, because the majority of people shouldn't have too many legendary cards. So we're going to save our... we've won anyway, no problems. Okay, so focus. This should be a win for us. There we go. And we get the victory. Now, ultra rare. I haven't shown you what ultra rares I got because I've got none from the packs. So we're just going to click through here. 150 picks, just to confirm to you guys, is the most you can get. I had 150 before, didn't give me any more. So we're just going to scroll through, get that ultra rare pick. Then we're going to see how much. Right, there we go. So we've got Evander Kane. Okay, left wing. That's good. It's pretty cool. We like that picture actually. It looks really cool. Okay, so that's our freebie got. Now, I don't think I have enough people to get me into the next tier. So what I'm actually going to do is use another 40 picks just to try and get myself a load of cards that I'm going to feed away, and then going to go off camera, pro up any duplicates I've got, which is a good tip for you guys. And in fact, you know what? Before we go off camera, we'll show you that as well. So I'm just going to come here, pick, ideally get a reset. And the reason why I don't want to do all my picks is because if I've still got another 100 picks, there we go, reset. I'd rather do that if I'm in epic tier, because it's going to increase my chance of putting on better cards, and B, it's going to go towards reducing the number of board pulls I need to do to get my next board reset once I get my epic freebie. So for me to good positioning, for me to go and use, you know, 150 picks all in ultra rare, it's just a waste. The only reason I'm going to have to do it, or I'm doing all these ones, is because, as I said, I need to have fodder to train into my cards, to level them up, to be able to push me into epic tier. So unfortunately, I've got to take some. Do one more. Adam McQuaid. There we go. Rider shooting. Right. So I'm going to cut out, come back, and we'll see how we get on. So see you shortly. Okay, so we're back. Now we're going to go to my cards. This is a good tip for you guys, okay? Click on filter to buy, click on combinable, and this will show you all the cards that you can combine. Now, if they're in a season, you won't be able to combine them, okay? You have to wait. Or if they're locked, they also won't be able to be combined. So if I scroll through now, I can combine some of these cards that I'm not going to use. And the reason why I combine them is because if you get, let's just say this Michael, uses Michael card here. If I were to use these two singles and feed them, I will get less XP feeding these two as singles as I would feeding them as a pro, okay? Now, I'm not going to show you guys. I have done this before in previous videos. I can promise you it works, okay? So just believe me there when I say you are better off to combine cards and then feed them, because you will get more XP in the long term than just feeding them as single cards. Now, I'm not saying that you should hoard all your cards to do, you know, to just try and get pros and then feed them. But certainly it is worth it to get to your max cards, which is 200 here. So play the game, play. When you hit the 200, then go combine as many as you can that you don't need, feed them off into the card you are using, and then start again. So that will give me extra XP, and it will help you guys, especially when there's no auction house and stuff. And if you're grinding cards, just combine them and feed them. It's going to power your cards up quicker. It's going to allow you to make those pros quicker when you get the duplicates. It's going to help you get through the game quicker. So what I do now is I come into legendary. We will train some of these into produce. Now, one thing I don't like is how horrible this scrolling system is. As you can see here, it's awful on your phone, it's awful on BlueStacks. It's just so slow. Hopefully they fix this in the near future. They fixed the bug with the ads. You only got 2 ads for the first day or so, or 2 days. Now you still get, sorry, picks. You now get 4 picks from each ad, which is a big improvement. So as you're going to see here, I'm going through and I'm training each card or all my cards a little bit. And the reason I'm doing that is because each level your card goes up, their stats get stronger. Now, as you increase in levels, the number of cards or the amount of say total number of stat points here is needed for you to progress to the next level. So if you upgrade all your cards, say to level 8 or 9, you're going to get a greater overall increase than picking one card and maxing it out to the level of all your food. So for me to make sure that I can get into epic tier, I'm going to have to level up all my cards rather than just one card. So I don't think I'm going to have enough common and uncommon food to do so. So I will probably end up throwing in a few of those rare cards as well if I get close. I don't really want to have to use all my picks. I'm pretty sure that if I play through, I will get to pull enough rare cards to make a few more pros in the future. So we're going to be short. I know that for a fact, guys. Don't worry about that. I'm just trying to see how short we're going to be before we train up those last cards. So here we go. Let's come and have a look. How far away are we from epic? Quite a bit. Okay, so what we will then do is we will come into here. Oops, no, we won't do that. That was a mistake. We'll come into here. We'll go back into combinable. We will, nope, I forgot about that. Okay, so who do we still need to train? Okay, so both you have basically got nothing. Okay, so let's get rid of some of those rare cards. Now I'm going to start scrolling down, getting rid of some of these. I'm not going to be using the supports too much at the moment, so I'm not too worried about getting rid of them. Let's just get Barcode up. Okay, we're not going to have anywhere near enough to get us into epic tier. So with all that said, guess what, guys? It's back to quick game. We'll play Darth Bane. Should we play Darth Bane? What do you think? Okay, we'll give Darth Bane a go. And I'm going to have to use all those ball picks to get myself enough food to put myself into epic tier. Ugh, what a waste. Oh well, never mind. We are where we are. Okay, first of all, let's see if we can win this first game with Patrice. It's in, nice. Let's come out and use Stamkos. Done. Let's see if we get the perfect match. I think so. There we go. So guys, we're going to go through those 100 picks. We're going to run this off as quick as possible. I don't expect to get another ultra rare. What I am hoping for is just to get as many resets as possible. Good toe drag is good. As many dupes as well, whether they're commons, uncommons. No more energy cards, that's good. So it's meaning that I'm not going to pick any more energy off the board. It's going to be more food cards. There we go. Jack Johnson. Was it Johnson or Johansson? I think it was Johnson. Super rare, really good. Okay, cool. Don't expect another ultra rare because I've just got that freebie. But let's get some rares out. Get some rare duplicates would be awesome. Because we're going to pro those up straight away and feed them off. See, another good thing about proing them and then feeding them, even if you're not going to use the card, is that it will just help to fill your catalogue as well. If you want to try and fill your card catalogue, then you know, once you've been playing for a little while, you might hold on to some cards, hoping to get a dupe of it, just so you can fill up your catalogue. It doesn't do anything. You don't get any rewards from it. It's just something that, you know, some people like to do, and I myself might see if I can go about trying to fill that catalogue as much as possible, especially if I can do well in the events. If I do well in the events and get most of the event cards, I'll be more likely to try and fill out the catalogue, play it a bit more to try and get all the necessary cards. If I'm not getting the event cards, then it's not really going to matter because I'm never going to be able to complete it. So here we go, 48. There's not been too much to shout about yet. A couple of those rares, no pro. There we go. What was that? Nick Foligno, was it? So that's a pro. That's really good. So I'm just going to pro him up straight away, give me that XP boost. I'm really hoping that I'm going to have enough cards here to get me into that tier. So what I'm going to actually do, guys, is I'm going to, once I've picked all these cards, do all the training off cam, then come back just to play hopefully that one game to get us into epic tier. Now if I'm still a bit light, then I'll play whatever games are necessary to get me, come on, we want these early resets. I'll play whatever games are necessary to put me into epic tier, and then I'll be back for that freebie. Another toe drag. Nope, haven't got him already, I don't think, so that's not a dupe, but it is a quick reset, which is good. Let's see if we can get another quick reset. Oh, there we go, Logan Couture, awesome. It's another super rare. I'm not going to feed my super rares at the moment. I am going to keep them because they're going to be more difficult to pro as well, so I'm going to keep the super rares for now till I get duplicates. Then I'll probably pro them for that catalogue and then feed them. Not that I'm necessarily going to use them too much. There we go. Okay, so done 2 super rares there, which is awesome. I'm going to head out, guys, go away, do my training, and be back very shortly. Okay, so I'm back. I've played enough games, watched enough ads, and got myself enough fodder to eventually put myself into that epic tier. Now I've got a few picks saved up. I've also gone more than halfway through the board, so this should hopefully reduce the amount of time that it takes me to get that epic freebie. But if we're going to get extremely lucky, we want to get either this Jason, this what's that, Evgeny Kutsanov, this Barkov, or a Corey Crawford. That would be amazing if I could get one of those as my freebie. But with that said, let's just go in and just play a game. I wouldn't be surprised if I lose here, because my team isn't set up optimally. Now, I could do another video in the future to try and show you what I would regard as an optimal setup, but here there are too many cards which are around the same kind of stat points. You ideally want to have 3 kind of cards which are way better than the others, and they're in there to kind of just balance it out, bring yourself down to the bottom of a tier, so like the bottom of epic tier for example, and you're going to try and win 2 of the quarters and just throw away your cards in the other quarter, because you only got to win 2 of the 3 quarters, periods. You've only got to win 2 of the 3 periods to win the match overall. So like here I've used a decent card there, and use another hopefully decent card and get the win, and then there's a very good chance that I will lose in this last period with my goalie and the outfield player, because there you go, they got a pro epic in there, so that's no problems. I've won 5-3, so get the victory, get the extra point. I don't get the clean sweep, but I'm not worried about that. I'm just trying to see if I can keep winning games. So we'll come on to that in the future. For here, 8 picks, unless we're very unlucky and leave ourselves with the 1 pick, which isn't going to be the epic card, we're going to get it. So let's see what we're hoping for. It's a pro. Ideally, I don't really want to get support, not at this moment in time. Is it going to put me down to the last one? Okay, we've got 1 pick. I really don't want to support. And we've got Patrick Hornqvist. Oh, damn it. And you might be saying, why MyTyme? Why are you whinging? Well, because some of you may remember ladder rewards. We get a Hornqvist anyway. Look, he's down here. 2,000 games played. Okay, in theory, I could pro him 500 games early if I've got the cards to feed to make sure that they're both leveled. But I was going to get a pro of him anyway. I'd rather have got a card that, you know, is going to go into the catalogue, something I'm not getting from the reward, something I'm not going to be able to pro by getting it as a reward, you know. Well, not going to complain. That's my epic card done. So there we go. So we've done a little bit of what you call it, powering up in the season. We're not going to worry about that too much. Card catalogue, what's that, 220? Let's just come to my cards quickly and we will show you. So here are the epics that are in play along with my 2 legendary cards. So once this season gets out of the way, I'm going to pro up this Stamkos. I'm going to keep trying to play in between. Now probably going to end up using this team for a while because I want to try and get epic pulls. So I'll sit here and I will start training up these cards, and then once they start to get trained, I will start replacing them with weaker cards in these positions, and you'll see me using 3 cards, possibly 4 cards, and having 2 what I call dud cards in there, which have got no use apart from to bring the overall ranking of my team down. So I don't need to be, if I'm stuck in epic tier, if I can't get into epic plus, then I might as well be at the bottom of epic tier, because it's going to give me overall people like, for example here, a code and Noah does 2k, they're in epic plus tier, so it's going to hopefully give me a few more people where overall my players are better, and it will increase that likelihood of me still winning. So with that said, it's been a longer video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. There's been a load of bonus picks, there's been an ultra rare freebie, an epic freebie, and now it's going to be me grinding for a few days and then trying to get back to you with any good ball pools that I get. We'll have to wait to the end of the season probably for the next video. That'll be me proing out my, I will do, I'll pro out my Stamkos in that next video, and hopefully we'll see we've got something half decent from the pools, maybe another epic pool in that time, maybe a couple of decent ultra rares, and we'll see how the team builds to go into a season. And if I can get myself into maybe an ultra and epic season, if I'm very lucky and I play a lot, then I'll bring you that as well. So thank you for watching, people. Good luck with the game, and I'll see you all soon.